Hey everyone, Nick here from Lift, and we've got some exciting new toys for you. Right here in front of me, I've got some of our specialty surf wings that we are bringing out this year. These things are experimental in nature, but successful, really fun. Where to start? Right from the top. Here we've got our high aspect X wings. I've got a 110 and a 150. Now, little recap on high aspect ratio. Aspect ratio is basically the ratio between that wingspan and your cord. So as the aspect ratio increases, these wings get more slender, kind of like glider airplanes. They're very efficient. They have a really good lift to drag ratio. So they just keep carrying. When you're surfing on them, you can just feel them slide through the water, really low drag, really nice and smooth. What you end up giving up on the high aspect wings is a little bit of that carving radius, right? So as things get wider, gets a little bit more rigid on the turn, that's where our surf wings that are that lower aspect ratio, you get that more surf feel, but you lose some of the efficiency on the glide. So these are really great for pumping. They're really great for just smooth sailing. And I think the most impressive thing about the high aspect wings is that glide, that reduction in drag. It's just that smooth feel through the water. It's really captivating. So we've got these specialty wings. We've got really tremendous surfers out there. Everybody on foils is just advancing. It's really exciting to see what they're capable of doing. And a lot of guys have requested wings that do it all. They want to glide, they want to pump up on their SUP, they want to win races, they want it fast, they want it to surf, they want to do it all. So you can't usually do everything in the one wing, but we can do the best that we can. This right here, these high aspect X, these are wider than our typical high aspect wings. So we had our 170, we had our 120, really great wings. The 150 and the 110 kind of sit in that range, but even though this 150 is not that much smaller than your 170, it's actually tuned to go faster. So it's a little bit of a race wing, but with that higher aspect ratio, that bigger width, you regain some of that lift. So these wings are really great for going downwind. The guys on the SUPs that have been doing like downwind races have been really loving them. So that was a good sign. You got those two sizes, the 150 and the 110. The 110, I've been riding this downwind on my prone board. Really fun, really efficient. I wanted more speed. You know, every time you get out there and you get comfortable on the wing that you're riding, you want more. You just want more speed. So this one actually is quite fast. It's kind of a lower camber, really slick through the water, but that wider wingspan makes it efficient. It's definitely something you want to get used to. It's one of those specialty wings. Having that wider wingspan is something that you need to grow into. So it's not necessarily a wing for everybody. Really slick, really fast through the water. Lots of fun. This wing right here is our 70 high aspect. You may remember this last year we launched the 90 high aspect, and which is still probably my favorite go-to wing that just does a little bit of everything for me. It carves a really sharp turn, it pumps back out multiple waves, it's got speed, it's got glide, it's got surfing. I love that wing. And so, you know, in an effort to create something new and try new things, I built the 70 high aspect, which is really like the little brother to the 90. And this thing is super fun. If I've got just a little bit more energy behind me, a little bit more push with the wave, this thing catches more speed. And what's neat with that smaller wing area, you can just drive a much harder, sharper turn. And it's really a kind of a ninja in the water. You just feel it just pull over, ripping sharp carving turns, sharp cutbacks. And surprisingly, even though it's such a small wing area, it carries really well when you're pumping out to get a few more waves. It's not gonna give you as much as like the 90 or those slightly bigger wings, but it's enough to get you back out there and connect several rides into one. Super fun. I love towing on it. I love winging with it. I love paddling in the waves that, you know, have a little bit more juice to them. I'm out on the 70. If it's getting a little smaller, I'm out on the 90. Give me that leg workout. I can just keep pumping endlessly and keep riding forever. Another of the wings that we came out with, again, really specialty wings, is the 72 LCX. The LCX stands for low camber experimental. This is a big wave wing or a speed wing, slalom wing. If you're out winging with a sail, you might see just how fast you can go on a hydrofoil. Or if you're towing into some big waves, this is the wing that you're gonna ride and be in control. It's, you know, the details, you might just be looking at the surface area, but actually the details in the foil section, the camber, it's quite low. This thing is built to go fast. It's not built to pump. It's not built to carry at low speeds. It's meant to catch the biggest wave of your life and go out ride. This is what the Hawaiians are out riding. And of course, as soon as people see a photo, they all want one. There's a lot of great surfers out there, really impressed with the talent in the market. So I want to make sure that everybody has the best rig that they could possibly have to go out and ride those giants, catch the wave of your life. In addition, on the tail wings, last year we came out with our Carve series. The Carve series shortened the fuselage and increased the angle. So you still had that pitch control out of your wing, but that shorter fuselage allowed you to carve a sharper turn. So basically a shorter turning radius. Much like if you had a vehicle, a car with a shorter chassis, you can do tighter turns with it. That's what these Carve wings are all about. It's those really tight turns, little higher RPMs on the pumps. And we had the 26, I've been riding the 26 a lot. That's still one of my favorite go-to wings. I recommend it for a lot of people. And in addition, you know, experimenting, trying new things, I built this 20 for myself and I love it. I'm actually riding it on a ton of these different wing selections. It took me some getting used to. In fact, when I first rode it, I would probably say that I didn't like it. And then I rode it again, and I was like, wait a minute, I think I do like it. And then I rode it again, I'm like, wait a minute, I think I'm in love. And so I ride this wing all the time. You have to get used to it. Again, it's not a wing that's for everybody, but it really loosens up the tail end of your foil. It allows you to drive some really fast turns, some sharp turns. And actually, you know, I discovered a lot about the pumping on this because I'm substituting my tail wing with a smaller surface area. I just have to increase my RPM on that pump, but it ends up giving me a lot of drive and a lot of speed on the way back out. So it's pretty cool. I recommend, you know, if you're a great surfer, you're really progressing on your foils, you should pick up one of these and try it out. And I ride it on all of these different wings, so super fun. Specialty wings, lots of great stuff for you progressive foilers out there. We're excited to bring it to your doorstep, get you out on the water. We'll see you out there.